Hello kittens! How are you today? I am filming another video 2 in 1 day. Oh, see, you've outdone yourself. But today my video is things not to say to someone with fibromyalgia. Cause I'm sweet. I can say that because I am nice. A lot of people tell me that, so it's not just me. But sometimes I be this close to going off on somebody. This close. Reason why is obviously the reason why you're here today. It's 5 things never to say to someone with fibromyalgia. And first one's first. You don't look sick. Oh, you don't look sick. I mean, you look fine. Oh my gosh, what? You're sick? This drives me absolutely insane. Because with having an invisible illness, I get this all the time. When I'm always trying to be smiley and cheerful every single day, and I kid you not, this, like, sometimes my face hurts by how much I try to smile through everything each and every day. And when someone says, but you don't look sick, I'm like, okay, well, you don't look dumb, but see, told you, that savage Cece just coming out a little bit. She's like, you know, when people say this to you, it just kind of, you feel like they just are kind of putting down or playing down your invisible illness when you tell them like, oh yeah, I have fibromyalgia. It seems like people don't actually take you seriously when you have things like fibromyalgia or like an invisible illness until you are like limping around with like a brace on, and they're like, oh my gosh, you are sick? Oh my goodness, I didn't know. I'm like, yeah, you didn't know because you don't really bother to really listen to me. You just want to say your part and just get it over with. So that's how I feel. But you're so young. Oh my gosh, there's no way that you have that. That only happens in old people. Well, I have it. So this is also another big thing that irritates my soul, right down to my kitty soul, is when people say, but you look so young. And I understand, you know, them maybe questioning it if they're genuinely like, you know, questioning it. But when they're just like, oh, but you look so young, you don't have back pain, you don't wake up in the morning dreading getting out of bed, there's no way that you're staying inside in your bed instead of going out partying. And it's just so frustrating because like both of my disorders, my fibromyalgia and my ITP, I don't fit their cookie cutter criteria for it. So like my ITP, that is an issue that I have with my platelets, and it's an autoimmune disorder, so sometimes my body will attack my platelets and I won't have any. That I got when I was 17 or 16, around that time. And usually you only get this, usually only children get this, like children that are like super young, like 5 and 6 and, you know, around that age area. So I was coming to my doctors with all of the signs of having ITP, and they automatically just ruled it out and said, you know, oh, there's nothing really wrong with you. You're just, you know, maybe you're taking too hot of showers, because I was getting the little blood spots all over my skin, and it was mainly on like my body. So they're like, well, maybe you're taking too hot of showers, so try taking cold showers for a month. I tried that. I still had the spots. And to me, I thought it was a rash, but it was actually like blood spots under my skin. It's like blood pooling under your skin or something like that. So that's what it is. And the same goes for my fibromyalgia. I had a rheumatologist that literally told me, you know, you're too young to have this. I only ever see this in older people. I'm like, okay, well, I have something, okay? I'm not just making up that I'm in pain every day. And even though they love to say it's in your head or you need to see a psychologist, that's not always the case. And it's just so frustrating that not a lot of doctors will even just take into account that it could be fibromyalgia, because a lot of them think it's fake. I mean, really, you can only know with the person telling you, you know, how they're feeling, but it's not fake. So many people experience this, and so many people have been experiencing this forever. And for doctors to still kind of just rule it out like, oh, fibromyalgia is not real, it's just so frustrating. That's one of the reasons why I hate going to the doctors, because it is frustrating to be told that there's nothing wrong with you, and there was something wrong with me. For a whole year I was being told there was nothing wrong with me, and then I found out there was something wrong with me. Next is maybe you should lose some weight or work out more. I do know that I do need to work out. I have slacked off since I had the whole move here to Texas. I was like, you know, going walking every day for about 30 minutes. And then I came here, and after all the moving and everything, I kind of slacked off. But when I first got this fibromyalgia, I literally used to run. I used to run almost all the time as my exercise. I would go to the gym all the time. I was working that fast-paced job where I was moving all the time, and I was 120 pounds at 5'3". Standing at 5'3", I was 120 pounds, which is by no means overweight or anything. And I was told that I needed to lose weight when I was at that size. Like, do you want me to disappear? Like, I feel like if I lose any more weight, I'm gonna disappear. But I was being told that, like, when I was first experiencing this issues, someone was like, my pain physician was like, well, maybe it's your weight weighing down on your ankles, so that's what's causing so much pain in your ankles, and this and that. And I was like, oh, okay. When really it's not that. I went in there and I was walking 30 minutes a day, and my pain physician said that's not going to be enough. I was like, well, that's all I can do. That's literally all I can do. Any more than that, and I probably won't be able to walk for the next 2 days. So just do everything at your own pace. Don't believe everything. Make sure that you're doing some of your own research on top of what the doctors are giving you, and kind of come in there kind of, you know, suggesting different things. That way they can look into those things. Oh, this next one gets me so heated. Gets me from like a 1 to like 1,000. Is when people say, aren't you just being lazy? And I'm like, no, I'm in a bunch of pain, but you don't really care because you're not my friend. And I get this sometimes because people invite me out, and I'm like, oh no, I can't really move from my bed today. I'm just not feeling too great. And they're like, well, you're being lazy. I'm like, excuse me? You want to say that again? But it's with experiencing the fibromyalgia, there are a lot of times where I am just proud of myself for getting out of the bed, because that's better than being stuck in the bed. So when someone wants to come to me and say, well, aren't you just being lazy? It frustrates me to hear that, because I'm like, I'm not being lazy. I'm doing all that I can. I can only push myself so far, and people shouldn't be making you feel that way about a chronic disorder, because honestly, they don't know what you're going through. Unless you're telling them, they don't know what you're going through and what you're experiencing and your pain. You know, the only time that I started feeling better was when I was actually talking to other people online that had fibromyalgia, that were like, oh, I experienced this too. And it made me feel like, you know, everything was real. Like, I wasn't just making this up. This wasn't just in my head. I'm not just going crazy, which I am a little crazy. The last one is, yeah, I get pain too. When people ask me, you know, if they do ask me about my fibromyalgia, and they're like, okay, well, how are you feeling today? And I'll say like, oh my goodness, my back is just aching. It's been aching like this on like a level 5 for like 5 days. And that's what I kind of rate myself as. I kind of rest at like a 4 like every day on the pain scale. And so sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm feeling like a 5 today. They're like, oh yeah, sometimes I get pain too. I'm like, it's not the same. They'll say, oh, I worked out too much, so now I have some pain in my back. Is it like that? I'm like, no, it's not like that. And you just kind of want to like scream at people sometimes, but I just try to think about it as they just don't know what's going on with you, and they won't know until they experience it for themselves, and they won't understand until they're in that position, and they have, you know, they have to spend their energy wisely throughout the day, because some people just have this unlimited energy, and with my fibromyalgia I just don't have that. If I am going to, you know, go walking for my 30 minutes a day, I'm not going to get on the PlayStation, go play a game, because I just don't have the energy for it. Even though it seems like it's such a minuscule, is that the right word? It's such a small task. Like, oh, you just press buttons on a PlayStation. I literally do not have the energy for it. I do not have the brain power for it, and I have to spend my energy wisely. We just have to make this more apparent to more people, and letting the other people that are just now experiencing this, let them know that they're not alone. Other people are feeling this too. It's not all in your head, which is what I wish someone would have said to me, because I really went through a really dark time when I was going through this, because people are just telling me, you know, it's in your head. I saw a psychologist for a while. I got really depressed and really down, and it's just not good for when you are experiencing fibromyalgia, because also stress likes to flare it up. So I'm here to tell you that you're not just making it up. It's not all in your head. All of us experience it too, and hopefully I want to make like a page where we can all just kind of communicate together, or even if you just want to message me or reach out to me, you can definitely do that. But I will be sharing more tips and like tricks and what I do to manage my chronic illness. So I hope you guys liked that video. I hope you guys put the pause on the like button. I think I might do that more. That might be like my outro type of thing, like put the pause on them, because I do this a lot. I don't know why. I just like doing this. Whenever I talk, you might see it, or if you know me, you probably see it. But I'm always like, yes! Or I'm like, what? So maybe we'll go with that, yeah. Put the pause on them.